position when it comes to fights now. You are not only a star, you're a world champion as well. That's a pretty good negotiating position to be in. As you look at your next fight, what do you want it to be?
You know who I want. He's right there, Shakur Stevenson. Let's go. Let's run that shit. Hey, I want to be a great champion, and I'm not scared of shit. I fought Devin Haney, I'll fight Shakur Stevenson, I'll fight anybody. Let's fucking go.
You know, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan.
Yeah, I thought Ryan did his thing tonight. I don't know, was Vada involved in this fight?
Is that how good he looked? Is that how good he
looked? At the
looked?
end of the day, I seen him with Rolly. He didn't look like that. So my question is, was Vada involved in the fight? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
That is very good to hear.
If he's fighting me next, I'm all for the challenge, but Vada will be involved.
If he is fighting you next, and we are going to get to the highlights, stick with us. You mentioned 144. Will you go to 147 for it, or would it have to be somewhere in the middle?
Nah, we're going to meet in the middle.
You're gonna meet in the middle?
Two big stars, big fight. We don't need a...
As the dust settled in Las Vegas, the boxing world immediately erupted following the final bell between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. And here are the most explosive post-fight reactions.
I've been 12 rounds. Is that exactly what you were hoping for?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I expected. Ryan Garcia was too fast. He was locked and focused, and I was telling him, just use that jab, have fun in the ring, and he was having fun. He had a good time.
He had a good time. We did see him very focused, brief fight, and it clearly showed to pay off. And what about Mario Barrios? Because everyone kept on saying he's a complete overall fighter here, but Ryan clearly dominated.
He did dominate him, and I was actually very surprised the fact that he went with Manny Pacquiao and had a great showing. So I expected a little more from Barrios, but the speed and the combinations from Ryan did the job.
And what do you think would be the next maybe matchup for Ryan Garcia?
We'll see. I think it's his pillow.
Tonight. Okay, his pillow tonight. More to come soon. Thank you.
Ryan looked pretty strong. He was look sharp. You know, I said that he'll probably get him out of there like 11 to 10. He feeling good, but he ain't do that. But he was looking sharp though.
David, what'd you think about Ryan's performance, man?
It was a good performance, man. He looked good. He looked good. He had good jab, good movement, good body shots, and bro, his speed is crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of good fights from him at 147. You know, this is a good bounce back from him because this is coming back from his first loss. I mean, from his loss with Rolly, and now he's a world champion again. So, you know, not only did he gain his confidence back, gain his mojo back, and now he's going to be a force to be reckoned with at 147.
Performance.
I think it's funny how he didn't call me out.
Are you surprised?
No.
Got champion, first champion, right? First championship belt.
Correct.
So I think he did well for the first time based on the circumstances.
Now
of being out for a while, you know,
right,
a little rusty. I seen a little bit of rust, but once he got going with the flow of it, you know, he'll settle down a little bit, and you know, him and his dad know what to do going forward.
Henry rematch next?
I don't know. I think that, you know, what's best for him. They'll figure it out and he'll do it. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad he got that monkey off his back.
It was an amazing performance. Shouts out to Ryan. You're a world champ.
I got, obviously, you know, there's a lot of talk about different people that you can fight. Shakur's talked about fighting Ryan. Yeah. Could you see yourself in a fight with Ryan Garcia?
Shit, man.
147?
Possibly, but look, though, April 4th, DB3 Promotions is throwing our own show in the arena. 3 black men coming together as brothers. We're brothers. DB3, we're throwing our own promotion. One of the only fighters that's doing it in the game.
British boxing star Conor Benn shared his take on the man of the hour as Ben called Ryan Garcia good for the sport but impossible to predict. An electrifying mix of speed, athleticism, and pure chaos. And according to Conor, when you put that against someone like Mario Barrios, the outcome becomes unpredictable.
Great for boxing. I think he's a liability. I think he's a loose cannon. I think he's unpredictable. Could say unprofessional. But ultimately, he's sheer entertainment. Gifted. He's got great hand speed. He's athletic. He's young. You know, so he's good for the sport of boxing, and I would tune in to watch a Ryan Garcia fight. But when you have them qualities mixed with someone who's, you know, has true Mexican blood, you know, fights with heart, fights with pride, and fights for his country, and fights for something more than clicks and views, you know, it's hard to...
However, former boxer Tim Bradley fanned the flames even higher with some sharp tactical analysis as Desert Storm pointed out that Mario Barrios' coach knew exactly how to exploit Ryan Garcia's habits, specifically calling out the way Ryan often pulled his jab back. And according to Bradley, that split-second opening was all Barrios would need to land his power right hand and change the fight.
Bradley, you already know the damn rest. Yeah, hey, look, I've been looking at damn Ryan Garcia and Barrios. That's gonna be a good-ass fight. It's gonna be a good-ass fight. You know, a couple things I want to start off with. You know, the coach. You know, Goosen's in Barrios' corner. That's gonna be interesting in the sense that fact that Goosen knows Ryan Garcia. He knows his Achilles heel, man. He knows it, and you know, Goosen knows he has a horse that is not only tough, but he's well-rounded. That's out the Ryan, you're a world champ.
What you? I got obviously, you know, there's a lot of talk about different people that you could fight. Shakur's talked about fighting Ryan. Yeah. Could you see yourself in a fight with Ryan Garcia?
Shit, man.
147?
Possibly, but look, though, April 4th, DB3 Promotions is throwing our own show in the arena. 3 black men coming together as brothers. We're brothers. Right. DB3, we're throwing our own promotion. One of the only fighters that's doing it.
Because when you look at the other welterweights,
Ryan Garcia made it clear he was not looking past Barrios, instead focusing entirely on being as sharp as possible and believing his speed would be too much for his opponent. And now with the fight behind him, the conversation immediately shifted to what came next for Garcia, as his promotional deal with Golden Boy was widely reported to be expiring.
On my speed, but you know, when you're in there, we'll see. But he's just not gonna be able to keep up with me. It's just point blank period.
Yeah. And on the flip, is there something that you feel he brings that you've never seen before in a fight?
Nah.
Nothing at all?
Absolutely not. Nah.
Height, size,
nothing.
Reach, nothing?
I'm one of those guys that I will just beat him. And I just think that everybody thinks he's just some savant in the ring, and I'm just here to take that.
As the post-fight interviews continued, Oscar de la Hoya said Ryan Garcia's fight drew more eyes than any other clash. But the real fireworks came when Oscar addressed the contract confusion. And despite Ryan's claims this might be his last fight with Golden Boy, de la Hoya pushed back hard, insisting there were several fights left. And Oscar admitted he did not know why Ryan said what he said, but made one thing clear: he was proud to get Garcia to this world title shot, differences and all.
This is like his last fight with you guys?
No,
there's like conflicting reports. Can you give us like
I don't think he knows.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does, but no, we have several fights with him. Yeah. And I'm proud to. Again, I'm proud to promote him as a young kid, and now see him evolve, and yeah, the differences that we've had, like, I seriously don't know why, like, what happened, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm still proud to promote him. I'm still proud to get him to this world title shot, and that's where I feel proud as a promoter, is when I can help a fighter get to their dreams.
But here's where things get interesting, as former fighter Jamal Herring broke down Saturday's clash and called it a true toss-up, giving Barrios his flowers along the way. And Herring pointed out that a draw with Manny Pacquiao, even an aging one, was still a badge of honor. And Barrios had consistently proven he could box with the best until he faded or got caught. And the issue with Mario was not skill, according to Jamal, it was stamina and staying power.
I don't care what state. I mean, you could argue that Manny Pacquiao should have got the win, don't get me wrong. But again, a draw against Pacquiao is still a medal, it's still a badge of honor right there. And again, Mario Barrios is not a bad fighter. My issue with Mario is he starts out strong and then he stays out, like he did against Abel Ramos in that fight. Starts out strong, he can box. I mean, he was even in the Tank Davis fight, and then he got caught.
Yeah.
My only issue with Ryan is
Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia then turned his attention to Shakur Stevenson as he dismissed the pound-for-pound hype surrounding Shakur, reminding everyone he had already beaten him in the amateurs and promising to hurt him as a pro. And Garcia vowed to humble Stevenson in ways he had never experienced, making it clear he wanted that fight next.
He's unbeatable. That's what Eddie Hearn said, right? And then when I beat his ass. Same thing with Shakur. I know people are saying he's pound for pound, this and that, but I don't see it. He gonna have to prove it. I beat him in the amateurs. I'll beat him again, and I will hurt him. You don't understand me? Like, I will humble him in ways that he's never been humbled before. And that's it. Point blank period. I want to fight.
With Mario Barrios, this fight carried a much deeper meaning, as Ryan found his fulfillment not in titles or recognition. And winning this title for his father meant everything to Mario, more than any belt ever could. And while he planned to hold it proudly, he called out the guys who walk around calling themselves 4-time champions without actually fighting anybody for them. And this one would be earned the right way.
I think for myself, I always get fulfillment when I know that I'm on the right path of life and as a champion and as a person in life. You know, the narrow path, God, the way, you know, whatever he has for my life. But it means to me in my heart to win this title for my dad, because I know how much that will mean to him. More so, you know, I'm definitely gonna hold this bout proudly. You know, I'm gonna be flexing it like all these other guys. You know, they always like, oh, I'm 4-time champion. Like, bro, no, you not. Like, you didn't fight.
Ryan Garcia was not looking past Barrios, but he made it clear what got him going. And when asked about future opponents like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, Ryan admitted the Shakur fight genuinely excited him. The kind of matchup that would bring out the best in Garcia, and he wanted that one. But first Barrios stood in the way, and Ryan made sure to give him his respect, acknowledging that Barrios was no cupcake and presented a real danger in the ring.
But
that's what I said.
I've said it before. You know, I'm really interested in the Shakur fight. Just it gets me going. You know, and those are the type of fights that you'll see the best out of me. So definitely, he's somebody I wanna look into after this.
Ryan Garcia believed consistency was the key to seeing his best version, and he promised that version would show up against Barrios. And after the loss to Rolando Romero, Ryan admitted they learned valuable lessons and immediately got back to work. And that setback fueled him, and Garcia was confident the performance would reflect everything they had built since.
When I get some type of consistency in fights and in training camps, you see the best versions of me. So, you know, right here, you know, we went straight to work. You know, after the Rolando fight, we took the loss, but we learned a lot of lessons with it. And we got right back to work.
In that response, Shakur Stevenson did not hesitate to share his thoughts as Shakur acknowledged that Ryan had evolved as a fighter since the Devin Haney fight, giving him credit for what he had accomplished. And Stevenson respected Garcia as a hell of a fighter who would not just lie down for anyone, admitting it would be a mistake to overlook what Ryan brought to the table. But respect only went so far.
That guy, he was a different fighter than when he fought Devin Haney.
Okay.
So, I respect what he did. I do agree with you, it was a mistake. But once again, he's a hell of a fighter.
He's a hell of a fighter.
He's not a guy that's just gonna lay down. So
he's a hell of a fighter, but he's not beating you.
No,
I'm telling you, he's not beating you.
No.
Ryan Garcia,
not beating me either.
Taller,
not beating me either.
Faster,
not beating me either.
More power. How would you beat Ryan Garcia?
Shakur made it clear that despite Ryan's improvements, he still was not beating him. And Stevenson pointed to his own height, speed, and power as advantages Garcia could not handle, and then dismissed the hype entirely by calling Ryan very overrated and shutting down any belief that the matchup would go differently.
That way, the way that I saw him lose to Rolly, all Rolly did was take away his left hook. That means clearly that's all he got. He better sharpen up his weapons before he get in the ring with me.
Talking to Shakur Stevenson right here. I mean, you do have a right to say what you're saying. I mean, shit, you're undefeated, you know.
However, boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult summed it up best after the final bell, as this was a true crossroads fight where both men had everything on the line. And Garcia brought the speed and power to stop Barrios, but that only mattered if the focused version actually showed up. And after the lifeless loss to Rolando Romero, that question lingered until fight night. And Barrios came in durable, experienced, and backed by Bob Santos, a trainer who knew Ryan's every tendency, but stamina remained his Achilles heel as he started strong but faded. And in the end, everything depended on which Ryan Garcia stepped through those ropes.
You look at him, and you look at him against a Manny Pacquiao who's not as fast as he once was, and he was countering Mario Barrios. And Mario Barrios' block, you can punch through it. You saw what Abel did, punching through his block. And Mario Barrios against Pacquiao, he seemed to be a little reluctant to me. And it seems as though he was reluctant because of Manny Pacquiao's speed. And speed kills. But if you're going to be a little gun shy because of speed, Ryan Garcia may be the fastest puncher in the world. Now with Ryan Garcia, he was gun shy himself against Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero wasn't giving.
On the flip side, Teofimo Lopez Sr. did not hold back as he brutally dismissed Ryan Garcia's entire skill set. And Lopez Sr. pointed out that Ryan relied almost exclusively on his left hook as a primary weapon, lacking the complete technically refined style of a true elite. And sure, that punch could be dangerous when it landed, but according to Teofimo's father, relying on one trick was not going to cut it against real competition.
Ryan Garcia, what Ryan Garcia has is a dumbass left hook. It's so dumb, all right? I don't want to say the word Ari, you know what I mean? I don't want to say that word. It's, how could I say the word?
One trick.
His left hook. To me, Ryan Garcia He fights weak.
When the smoke finally cleared and the last punches were thrown, one thing became certain. The super lightweight division would never be the same as Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios left everything in the ring, and the boxing world was left divided. And some saw confirmation while others saw question marks. But with Garcia's contract status hanging in the air and a potential showdown with Shakur Stevenson already brewing, this night was just the opening act. And whatever happened in those rounds, the fallout was just beginning, and the next move from King Ree would shake the sport all over again. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more post-fight breakdowns exclusive, right everyone? Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lard and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.